I'm doing some routine maintenance on this one and then pulling up anchor and heading up Long Island Sound into some pretty rough and uncomfortable conditions. It was a solo sail all the way up Long Island Sound to Newport.
Selamat pagi. That means good morning in Indonesian. And I'll get to why I'm saying that in a minute. You may know that my boat's gonna be ready in Southeast Asia pretty soon, in Thailand. And I was trying to think what I want to do next year with my boat. And when I crossed the South Pacific, we only got to spend a month in Indonesia last time. And so basically I want to spend all of next year in Indonesia, hit Bali, all those places. And that's why it's great that it kind of corresponds when with the sponsor of this video is Babbel. So Babbel is one of the world's leading language learning apps. You can choose from all kinds of languages to learn. Doesn't have to be Indonesian, it can be Spanish, French, whatever you need to, whatever you want to learn. And it just makes it pretty easy to, to learn how to do. It's just an app on your phone. You can do a couple daily lessons, a lesson or two every day. And in as little as 3 weeks, you can begin to start speaking a new language, like for me, Indonesian. It's a gamified system. It doesn't feel like you're learning, and it doesn't, you just do 20 minutes a day. I have an alarm set every morning. It goes off at 8 a.m. and it reminds me just to do 20 minutes of learning a language. So right now, if you click the link in the description or scan the QR code, you can save up to 55% off your subscription to Babbel. And of course, there is always the 20-day money-back guarantee. So there's really nothing to lose. You can start learning this language in as little as 3 weeks. And terima kasih to Babbel for sponsoring this video. And see, I'm learning my Indonesian already. All right, jumping back into the video, but you may notice in the video I don't have a beard. I've grown my beard out. So I kind of jumped ahead to be live real time with the boat shows on the last couple of videos because I wanted to get that information out to you because it was kind of a timely sensitive thing. So jumping back now into September when I started growing the beard out and sailed around Long Island Sound for a bit, and then we're gonna jump ahead again here in a few weeks to real time again. So thank you guys for watching and enjoy the video. Right, getting ready to go here from Bridgeport. I'm not sure where I cut the video on the way up here. It's probably a hodgepodge of stuff. I had some crew sail with me. I thought everything was great, and it was great. Just after the fact, they said they don't want to be on film. And so I'm a little disappointed with that. I mean, like, you could have told me that at any point, so I filmed all the stuff, but they're like, well, we want to keep our social media footprint to a minimum for their careers and stuff. And I'm like, oh, I mean, that makes sense, that's fine, but like, really should have told me that in the beginning, because now kind of wasted a lot of time and money on that. So here in Bridgeport, I'm gonna sail solo for a bit up to Newport. I'll probably go halfway today because it's like 80 or 90 miles. So I'll go halfway to Newport today, hang out for a couple days, and then head up to Newport because this coming weekend is the Newport Boat Show. So I've never been and I'd like to attend. So I'm gonna go halfway up, I'll see where I land today, and then we'll end up in Newport. And then after that, head to Block Island for a couple days. And then I had to head south because it's early September now and it's gonna start getting cold. So, I mean, it was already 57 degrees last night overnight. It's warming up now in the upper 60s right now, and it's be 70 something degrees. But what I'm gonna do also is I'm gonna test fly the drone. I've already taken all the data off of it in case it crashes because I epoxied it together, and I think the arm is pretty strong, although I realize that it's at a slightly different angle than the other arm next to it, but I don't think that should be a big deal. I think it can compensate for it. But we'll give it a shot.
Take off.
Oh no. No, not gonna work. Damn. Yeah, I'm gonna have to re-epoxy it, but I think I can get it to work. Problem is you can't hardly get drones right now. They're all like very expensive because of the tariffs, and you can't even get them half the time. So in hindsight, I should have just ordered another one before the tariffs kicked in, but oh well.
There was no wind or current, so I tossed the lines off the dock myself and got the boat moving.
All power, water, and lines are disconnected. We are free. All right, so just left Bridgeport. It's a nice new marina there. The staff were friendly. Has a nice restaurant right there, and it looks like they're building stuff. They're gonna build up that whole area. It'll be nice eventually. It's kind of dead around there other than that. There is like a Bass Pro Shops across the street that has like a restaurant and a bowling alley in it, so that's kind of nice. Other than that, there's not much to do around there. I'm sure next year when they get all the new apartments in, they're gonna put some shopping and some more restaurants in there. It should be nice. Bridgeport's kind of an industrial town. I was woken up by jackhammers destroying some kind of old commercial facility across the street this morning. About 6.5 hours up to Nauti Bay. I don't even know. I'll get there around 7 p.m. I'm probably just gonna spend the night there and then leave in the morning and head to Newport. And then I'll just catch a mooring in Newport, stay for 4 days there, hit the boat show, and then head to Block Island. Yeah, not much wind out there, only 4.5 knots of wind, so kind of a day of motoring. All right, almost here to Nauti Bay. I'm just gonna anchor out and then maybe dinghy in to grab some dinner or something, let the boys have a walk. And then I'm just gonna get up in the morning and get moving. So not much going on here. I'd like to fly the drone, but still gotta do the epoxy on it. And then get moving to Newport tomorrow. But we'll take you in with us and show you what the town has to offer. All right, got anchored here. Kind of surprised, I mean, I don't know. Just nobody else anchored here. I mean, there's an anchorage over there, there's more people. I don't know, whatever. It's not like it's a prohibiting anchorage area. Going under the bridge, it's real narrow, it's real shallow back there, so not gonna go. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna rinse off real quick, and then I'll take the boys to the beach here, and we'll just beach the dinghy and walk into the town right here where there's a few restaurants.
There's a pretty large beach at Nauti Bay, although in hindsight I would have gone to either end instead of landing in the middle, because it's a long walk along the seawall to get to the other side. And technically I would find out later there were no dogs allowed on the seawall, but how was I to know that coming from the beach? We made it into town and I found a dog-friendly patio serving food.
All right, before getting moving this morning, I took the dogs to the beach, go for a walk, and then I cleaned out my main strainer here for the generator, or for the motor. It had just a little bit of debris in there. You know, I figured the other one's so trashed, I should check this before I burn out the impeller on that. But it looks pretty good, so I will put it back in. I mean, I cleaned it, obviously. There was a little bit of stuff in there, not much. But I'll put it back in and then open the seacock and then we'll get moving. I'll check now to make sure that there's water shooting out the back of the exhaust, and then we'll start picking up the anchor and get moving.
I rinsed off my Mantis Marine anchor. Its design makes it easy to pull it up in the correct direction.
So I think that's a nuclear power plant right here. You got the security boat, keep an eye on me. I don't know, it kind of looks like a fishing boat more than a security boat, but I don't know, these are the security buoys. You're not supposed to be inside these buoys. He's definitely inside the buoys with a, I don't know. Anyway, underway, got about 40 miles to go. So looking at like 6-7 hours. Be there before 5 p.m. Well, I knew the wind was gonna be on our nose today, but it's scheduled to be 10 to 12 knots. Now I'm seeing 19 to 20.
Maybe someday when I've grown up,
The unforecast wind was going to make for a long day.
I can see it all clear.
The sea state was not looking very comfortable.
Looking back on it all, maybe I can see what was broken.
Well, this kind of sucks, man. I mean, we've got 20 knots of wind coming on the nose. The current's coming into it, it's just making seas just terrible. Actually, sorry, the current was coming at us. Now it's turning around and coming into it right at this little cut. I think it made me pretty slack right now, but the current's supposed to change here in the next little bit. I'd like to get away from this point. This problem is all the water's coming around this point. And it's just the waves are piling up on each other. It's not real comfortable. And we're, I mean, beating into the waves. I mean, only doing 4 knots because we're beating into these waves. Just kind of sucks.
Okay, thank you.
Wasn't supposed to be this windy today.
I still got like 25 miles to go, and at 5 knots, it's another 5 hours, maybe 6 hours if I'm slower than that. Good news is the current should turn around in the next hour or two, but the problem is, I mean, hopefully, once I get around this point, things will calm down a little, but you know, the current's gonna go this way now, and the wind's still gonna be on our nose, which makes for rougher seas than we have now, but at least I'll be moving faster. So, we'll see. I mean, I've been fighting, you know, 2-knot currents since we left.
Lonely calling. Yeah, it's a lonely calling.
The waves did calm down for a little bit, but soon got worse again. The camera never does justice to wave height, but you can see the bow just plowing into them.
'Cause my time is running out in the set. Ooh, I'm just a human in motion. Yeah, I'm looking ahead, looking out for someone like you.
Well, it's pretty miserable for the last hour or so. Basically going straight into the waves, 4 to 6, maybe sometimes bigger feet, that is. It's only blowing, I mean, it's blowing 18, 20, you know, more than it's supposed to. But it's just been miserable because we've been going so slow, like 5 knots, sometimes less, because you're just plowing straight into 6-foot waves and it's just slow. But rounding a corner here, and then I got to turn about 45 degrees to the port, so then you know, the wind and waves will be 45 degrees off. Maybe I can put a sail up and it'll help stabilize the boat a little, I'm hoping. It sucks, but man, some of these waves are big. Some of these are more than 6 feet. That was 8 feet right there. But it's just kind of miserable here.
Like you.
See, when we go into just a set of waves like that, we're slowing down like 3.5 knots. It just sucks. 9 or 10 miles to go to Newport, probably 7 miles until I'm in the lee of the islands, and it'll get better. But just a longer day than I was expecting because the wind's stronger, but whatever.
Maybe someday when I've grown older.
I turned a little and the wind started cooperating, so I was able to sail a little bit.
From above, looking back on it all, maybe I can see what was broken.
This helped stabilize the boat and made things a lot more comfortable.
But it's a lonely calling. Yeah, it's a lonely calling.
Well, it's better now that I got a sail up. We're doing a little faster too, 6.5, 7 knots. So the angle won't quite get me into Newport Harbor, so I'm going to take sails down probably 2.5 miles before I get to the harbor. I got about 6-7 miles to the harbor, so I got 3.5 miles. I'll pull the sail down and motor in the rest of the way. I should be in the lee within a mile of pulling the sail down. So it's been a rough afternoon, not pleasant at all. But what are you gonna do? So, and then hopefully we got a mooring ball. I don't know, I couldn't reserve one, but the town moorings are first come, first served. That's why I'm getting here. It's Tuesday, the boat show starts Thursday, so I figure if I got here today, I might get a mooring ball. If I don't, I'll anchor out somewhere and then try again tomorrow. And then stay until Friday-ish or so, and then head down to Block Island. Before pulling into Newport Harbor, I furled the sail. I made it just in time for a nice sunset. All right, well, I think the boys are ready to go ashore. I'm sure they could use a W. Ended up having to anchor out. They didn't have any moorings. I'll try in the morning. The anchor out is fine, honestly. It's not bad here.
I just realized my dinghy lights aren't working. Hopefully I don't get shit for that, but like I'll put a light out the back if they want to give me a ticket tonight, but I got to get them ashore for dinner. I'll fix the lights tomorrow. But hey, quit it. Anyway, so just anchored north of downtown Northport. Yeah, it was a little tricky because the current is pushing the boat this way and the wind is pushing the boat the other way, and the wind is winning, but the boat is still pointing into the current. So it was a little tricky setting the anchor. I think I'm pretty well set here, because the problem is, you know, you don't want to drop your anchor right behind a boat because their anchor chain is probably behind them. So like my anchor right now is back behind us. So I backed up and set it back that way, and then when I set it everything, then we drifted back forward. And so when the current turns around, we'll swing around this way and then go this way, and we all should be pretty good, I hope. So anyway, I am gonna find the nearest dinghy dock and then I'm gonna put some pants on and maybe get dressed for dinner or something, and then just go kill birds, 2 birds, 1 stone. But nice little sunset here. Mess down here though, everything got knocked over and whatever. So I'm gonna keep the dogs out of here so they don't pick anything up off the ground until after dinner, and then I'll clean everything up. But all right, turn on anchor light and maybe a deck light here too, so I like to turn my blue deck lights on before I leave. It helps me find the boat in the middle of the night, because everybody's got an anchor light, but I got the nice blue lights on my thing. Hey, get out of there. Hey guys, editor Bobby here from the future, just working on this video, and I thought I'd put it in there. I was looking at our analytics, and only about half of the viewers are actually subscribed to the channel. So if you watched this far, if you do me a favor, just subscribe to the channel. That really helps me out. Helps me out in the analytics. It helps. It's a free way to encourage this channel to do better. So thank you so much. And if you'd like to really help, you can consider joining our Patreon, becoming a patron at patreon.com/sailingdoodles, or joining the Sailing Doodles Navy. One perk we're doing right now that's kind of a cool thing is we are giving you the audition tapes to all those that audition to be the next crew member on Sailing Doodles. So check that out. You get lots of behind the scenes footage on that. Thank you guys.
Make sure you tune in to the next video as I take you around Newport, Rhode Island.